didn't have the luxury of playing the original Pokemon Snap, but was always captivated by the love of this seemingly simple Pokemon spin-off. Finally, 22 years later, I got my share of Pokemon pictures with new Pokemon Snap. But was it worth the wait? Developed by Bandai Namco as a sequel to Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo 64, new Pokemon Snap is as beautifully vibrant as one would hope for a modern Pokemon title. I'm looking at you, Legends Arceus. As with any Pokemon game, your goal is to catch them all. But this time, not in a Pokeball, but in your camera lens. Use this camera and your trusty hovercraft to travel the different areas of the Lental region to take pictures of Pokemon in their natural habitat. In each area, Pokemon can show up at any time along your path, and your job is to take the best pictures possible and discover new Pokemon. As you play through, you'll gain new abilities to allow the Pokemon you find to do different poses, which will in turn grant you a better score at the end of a round. The characters you'll meet on your photography safari are decent for this type of game, Professor Mirror being a generic smart guy, and his assistant Rita being a cheery bundle of joy. And... It's the guy! It's him! But there's one thing here that the mainline titles still haven't dipped their toes into.
Now why don't you try moving the camera to line up your shot? That's called the pointer. Try running a scan and taking a careful look around. Give it a try.
The characters have full voice-acted dialogue in most cutscenes. For some of the repeating dialogue, Bandai Namco has opted for grunts and character sounds, which is still the bare minimum fans are waiting for the mainline titles. With the advantage of modern-day technology, there are many ways to share your Pokemon pictures. For example, the player no longer has to find a Pokemon Snap station at their local superstore to print off photos. With the in-game photo editor, the game makes customizing and sharing your pictures easy. From this view, you can also view other people's photos. New Pokemon Snap is a Pokemon spin-off that has something for everyone, the casual player and the hardcore player. But unfortunately, I never found the satisfaction in playing. Throughout my many game sessions, I found myself feeling motion sick during each of the main gameplay sections, making the game unplayable. I still tried to get through most of the game to see if I can get used to it, but the sickness came back constantly. This is odd to me because I'm an active virtual reality player, and I can play for hours without feeling sick at all. Just look at this gameplay. Additionally, as a Pokemon spin-off, I couldn't justify paying the full price for it, which is why I paid a discount at my local GameStop. But after the discount, I still can't recommend it. There are so many games that have this same relaxing vibe without making me sick, and at a much cheaper price. As much as people wanted a sequel to the game that they loved as a kid, I don't think the gameplay loop translated to the modern era as well as fans had hoped so. This is why new Pokemon Snap lands in D tier.